Nate, I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore.
Huh? What's wrong?
I'm breaking up with you.
What? Oh, hold on. What is this all of a sudden?
I just can't handle being with you anymore.
Hillary, please calm down and tell me what's going on. Why can't you handle being with me anymore?
Seriously, Nate, come on. Are you actually gonna pretend like you don't know?
I don't have to pretend because I legitimately have no idea what brought this on all of a sudden. If it was something I did or said, then I'm sorry and want to do better, so please, let's talk about this, okay? What happened to make you feel this way?
Oh my god. There's no point in me even telling you. It's not like it's something you can actually do better about.
You're still not making any sense. What is it? What's wrong?
It's your family, Nate.
My family?
If your family is really okay with living in that complete dumpster fire of a house, then that gives me serious doubts about trying to build a future together with you.
What? What do you mean dumpster fire? We do have one house that's about 50 years old, but we've been taking pretty good care of it. It's not like we've completely abandoned it. We do regular inspections, monthly cleanings, lawn mowing, and all that sort of thing. So I don't really think it's fair to call it a dumpster fire.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. You don't even have the self-awareness to see that your house is disgusting. How can you bear to live like that? I can't build a future with someone from a family like yours, so I'm breaking up with you.
Hillary, I think you're under a big misunderstanding. Look, this is not a conversation that we can have by text. Let's meet up and talk, okay?
Not a chance. I am never talking to you again for as long as I live. If we should ever meet on campus or in town, I'm just going to ignore you and pretend that I don't know you, so you do the same. Got it? Goodbye. Hey, Nate. Long time no see. How are things? It's me, Hillary, remember? I just saw you on TV and oh my god, I couldn't believe my eyes. You're the biggest rags to riches story I've ever seen. You grew up in that rundown old house and now you're filthy rich living in a huge mansion. They should make a movie about you. Anyway, let's meet and catch up. I'm in the mood for French, I think. I've never tried caviar. Do you know any good places? Oh, and then maybe we could go shopping for a new handbag for me?
And that got a minute? Wow, great timing, Sean. I was just about to send you a message. Let me take a stab in the dark. It's about Hillary? Yeah, she randomly texted me out the blue this afternoon and started blowing up my phone with texts and calls. None of which I answered, obviously. But it seems like she wants to get back together with me. Do you know anything about this, Sean? Oh yeah, that psycho chick has been going through every single one of our old college friends trying to find out as much information about you as she can. What the? Why now? What do you think? That oblivious moron somehow got the idea in her head that you were dirt poor. And now that she knows you're rich, she wants to get back together. You've got to be kidding me. It's been 7 years. Yeah, well, with Hillary, the only thing that matters in a guy is how many zeros are in his bank account balance. Apparently she's looking to settle down with a rich guy to take care of her, so she's been frequenting all the upper-class hangouts where the young entrepreneurs go. And I guess she figures that since the two of you have an established history together, maybe she has a chance to get back together with you. Not a chance in hell. Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say. Oh, but anyways, everyone knows what the circumstance of your breakup were, as well as the fact that nothing good can come out of getting involved with Hillary and all her schemes, so they just all left her on red. Well, that's a relief. For now, I think I'll just keep on ignoring her like I have been. That's probably for the best. So, yeah, I'll just ignore the messages and calls for a while, monitor the situation. If you hear any new information, let me know as soon as possible, okay? You got it, bro.
Hey, Nate. So I was thinking about our date. I don't think we really decided on when we would meet up yet, right? I just remembered what you were saying during your TV interview. You took over your dad's company and started instituting a bunch of quality of life improvements for your employees, right? Like adding remote work options, more flexible hours, that sort of thing. So it sounds like you're probably at home a lot of the time. That means we'll have tons of time to see each other. Awesome! So, tomorrow, I went ahead and made a reservation at that fancy new French restaurant downtown in your name for 12 noon tomorrow. I'll see you at the restaurant. Hey, Nate, have you left your house yet? This is kind of our first date in 7 years, and you're running late? Like, really, Nate? I'm gonna head into the restaurant. Text me when you get here, got it? What is your problem, Nate? Where are you? Standing me up on our first date in 7 years? What kind of man are you? I expected you were going to pay the bill for dinner, so I didn't bring my wallet. What am I supposed to do now? Hurry up and get down here to pay the check. If you're gonna be my husband, you're gonna have to prove to me that I can rely on you, understand? Hey, wait a minute. Are you ignoring my messages? They aren't getting marked as read.
Hey, Sean, this is getting out of hand fast. Yeah, I heard. Did she seriously book a reservation in your name, expecting you to pay for her lunch? She's been blowing up my phone for 3 days. Yesterday, she made up plans for a date with me at some fancy French restaurant. And then, just like you said, actually made a reservation in my name in a place that costs at least $100 a plate. And then she went to the place, declared that I would be paying for the meal, and get this, then she starts telling me that we're getting married. Eesh, what a nut job. You're telling me. So did you hear anything else about that? Yeah. A friend of mine actually works at the restaurant she went to, and according to him, when the manager told her to pay her bill or he'd call the police, she started crying her eyes out, and then just called her parents and they paid the bill. Good God, what is wrong with her? She was name-dropping you big time, saying that you'd be very unhappy with the way she had been treated. I think it's safe to say she'll try using the same tactic again, so be on the lookout. You might want to put the word out, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'll be making some moves on that front soon. Thanks for letting me know.
Hey, Nate. So my parents kicked me out of their house last night, and since I have no place to go, I'll go ahead and move into your huge mansion so we can be together all the time. I'm getting on a bus right now. I'll see you soon. Oh, that's right. The city courthouse is on the way, so I'll go ahead and submit our marriage certificate since I'll be in the area anyway.
Whoa, hold on.
Nate? Nate, is that you? You finally answered me.
Yeah, because I had to stop you before you go doing something really stupid.
What do you mean? Anyway, like I said, I'll be over there soon, sweetie. I can't wait to start our new life together. I'm the luckiest girl in the world to have a husband like you.
I've been married for 3 years, Hillary.
What?
Which you would have found out anyway if you actually went to the courthouse, but I figured I'd save you a pointless trip.
You're not fooling me. I've been asking tons of people about you, and no one said anything about you having a wife.
Yeah, no one said anything to you, period. Because they were all in agreement that they wouldn't tell you anything about me.
What do you mean?
Don't you remember? After you dumped me, you went around to everyone telling them that I'm a poor loser living in a broken down old house. Don't tell me you didn't notice how they reacted to that.
You're making zero sense. When I broke up with you, you were a poor loser living in a broken down old house. I was just telling the truth. What's wrong with that? You didn't even have the self-awareness to realize your house was so trashy. You were completely low class. Were you trying to forget your childhood trauma by pretending you actually lived in the big fancy house next door?
Wait a minute. A dumpy house next door to a nicer house.
Yeah. Seriously, how could you be satisfied with such a low standard of living while looking out of your window at what a real house looks like? At least you seem to have come to your senses now.
Let me confirm something. Is this house you're talking about on Millwood Drive? Blue siding, 2-story, big walnut tree in the side yard?
Yeah, pretty sure that's the one. I don't know what a walnut tree looks like, but it definitely was 2 stories and had blue siding. Now that you mention it, they put a picture of it up during your interview on TV the other day. Yeah, that's definitely the one. And you got so rich that you were able to buy that big mansion next door, right? I guess me breaking up with you gave you the drive you needed to finally make something of yourself. You're welcome. And now you're finally getting the biggest reward of all, me as your wife.
I didn't buy that house.
What?
It was already mine. I grew up in that house from the moment I was born.
Huh?
When I took over my dad's company 2 years ago, he put that house and all the rest of our property in my name too. That house next door, the one that you said was old, run down, a dumpster fire, and that sort of thing. That was the house my dad's pets lived in.
His pets?
Yeah, he's always had a thing for reptiles. He has a ton of them. Chameleons, geckos, lizards, you name it. My mom, however, can't stand the sight of them. So he brought the roughly 50-year-old abandoned house next door and transformed it into a sort of private zoo where he keeps all his reptiles. Might look a bit old from the outside, but he renovated the entire interior when he bought it, so it's pretty nice in there now. He also changed it so the main entrance is on the back side of the house, so it's easier to get there from our property.
Oh, wait. So that's why I saw you going in that house all the time?
Yeah. Back when we were dating, my dad got a bit of a nasty flu that put him in the hospital for a while. And I was the one who took care of his pets while he was away. I'd stop in there first after my classes were finished, feed the pets, clean what needed to be cleaned, and then go home. That's why I would always go in there.
Oh, okay.
It's strange that you knew about me going in there, though, since I never invited you over to our house. Don't tell me you were following me.
Well, I mean, I was your girlfriend and you never invited me over to see your house? That's weird, isn't it? I figured maybe you were hiding something from me. Then, well, I saw you going into that old house and, you know...
Hillary, we were only dating for 2 months. We had this conversation at the time, too. I told you that I wanted to get to know you better before I took you to meet my parents. I didn't want to feel like I was being rushed into our relationship.
Well, thanks for telling me about how you felt. Wow, it feels really good to have such a deep conversation with you. And now that we've finally reconnected, I am more hopeful than ever about our future together.
What relationship?
Our marriage, silly! I'm at the courthouse right now. I'm gonna go submit our marriage certificate.
Were you listening at all? I told you I'm married.
What?
Did you seriously ignore the single most important part of this conversation?
I guess it must have slipped past me.
That's no excuse. You said you watched my TV interview, right? Did you also happen to miss the portion of that interview where they interviewed my wife?
That's who that was? I thought she was your maid.
You must have had cotton balls in your ears too, because the segment where we talked about how we met and our honeymoon was a full 5 minutes.
So, it's true? You're really married?
So like I was saying, don't waste your time. Even if you try to submit it, they won't accept it. Got it?
But...
And this is where I exit this conversation.
Hey!
I made the mistake of not blocking you when we broke up 7 years ago, but I'll be remedying that in short order.
Nate, stop, please. Didn't you hear me? My parents kicked me out of their house. I don't have anywhere else to go. You have to help me.
No, I don't have to help you. You're an adult. Figure it out for yourself.
Nate, please, let me live with you. How can you do this to me?
I was concerned for a while that Hillary might try to storm into my house, regardless of my warnings. But her parents had realized that she was about to do something stupid again, and they caught up with her and dragged her back home. Apparently, they had set a condition for paying the very expensive bill at the restaurant the other day, that she would get married to a friend of her father's who happens to be in his 50s. She tried to back out of it after they had already paid the bill, but they told her that if she didn't go through with her end of the bargain, they'd disown her and kick her out to the curb. It was at that point that she came up with her master plan of getting married to me. Too bad for her. I was already married. That day, Hillary actually did turn in a marriage certificate to the courthouse, and it was accepted. Why is that, you may ask? Well, Hillary had forged my name onto a marriage certificate, thinking that once it was accepted, there wouldn't be anything I could do. However, her parents caught on to the plan. While she was out, they took the marriage certificate she had signed and forged my signature on, then swapped it out for one with her name and the man they wanted her to marry. What a big-time backfire. Well, this is the police. This should be Bryson Withers' phone number, correct? Excuse me? Have the police in this area started using text message to talk with people now? Is there a problem with the way you're being approached by us? Well, this is the first time I've ever heard about the police doing this sort of thing. Nothing in the news or anything has talked about the police starting to text people they find to be suspects in a case. Unless this is some sort of new tactic that your department has developed, which in that case makes all of this even more odd to a man like myself. I'm sure someone like you would have never heard anything about this. But recently, the police force here has started to update all their methods of reaching out to suspects, one such way as through text. It's a more hands-off approach, allows for there to be less of a chance that an officer or the suspect gets harmed. Being that we are the police, it's not difficult for us to get people's phone numbers. That's very interesting. I'll have to look into all of that at a later date then. So now, why would the police be reaching out to me right now, over text? Well, Bryson, I'll give you the reason for why I'm talking with you now. It was a victim's report about a fraud case you're a part of, and in that report they say they had been scammed by her, so you're going to need to pay $50,000 as settlement to them. And that's why I've gotten in touch with you. Excuse me? So what you're saying is that I'm being blamed for committing a crime, a scam, on someone, and will now need to pay a settlement for it? As far as we're aware, there will be no court hearing for this case, as you've already been proven to be the scammer. And what you've done had been made clear to us in the victim's report. I'm sorry, but I've never scammed anyone, or committed any sort of fraud. So then this could mean you were acting on another's behalf, not knowing you were committing a crime. Perhaps when you committed the scam you were under the influence, don't recall your actions. That can't be. I've never consumed enough alcohol before to make me blackout drunk. It is known that when people become that inebriated, they will usually not remember any of the moments leading up to it. Look, I'm sorry, but that is not going to be enough to make you innocent in this case. But when it comes to things like committing fraudulent activity, the suspect must have been aware of what they were doing when committing the crime, or else it cannot be considered a purposeful crime, right? So what you're saying is the scam was an accident? Let me ask you something. There are many types of scams and frauds in this world. So, could you please explain to me in a little bit more detail what kind of scam the victim is saying I committed? Do you know what a badger game is, by any chance? Well, sort of. Isn't that a scam which targets men primarily? Where a man and a woman will target a man by having the woman approach him and start to perform sexual acts with him. And just before things become too physical, the man will take a picture of the two or video and use that as blackmail while threatening the victim to pay up or else he'll take legal action. That's what a badger game is, right? You seem to have the description of that form of scam spot on. Thanks. That makes this all the more troubling to me. I'm not sure why it does. I don't ever remember committing a crime like that, and had I, things would be a whole lot more serious in my case. But from what I've read in this victim's report, you are the man that committed the crime, and you will have to pay for it. I think it's best that you just come forward about things and pay the victim their $50,000 that they've asked for, before we have to escalate things any further. If you are able to pay that settlement off right now, then there will be no criminal record made in your case, and you can go right back to the life you'd been living before. So really, $50,000 is pretty cheap for something like a clean record, right? Could you give me some time to think about this? Even if I wanted to pay that settlement right now, $50,000 is a large amount, and I would need some time to actually get all that money together. Understood. But I cannot allow you much time to think about this, as you are being convicted of this crime. And also, you will not be able to get away from us, as we will have eyes watching you at all times. Please do not forget that simple fact. Oh, is that so? Understood.
Bryson, sorry it's been so long since I've last talked with you. And I'm sorry for showing up out of the blue again. But I have something very important to talk with you about. Are you able to chat for a few seconds? I have to make this quick anyway, so please allow me a little bit of your time.
Long time no see, Chloe. What's happened to you?
I know that this is going to be right out of left field for you, so I'm very sorry.
What? What's going on right now?
I was threatened by him.
What? Threatened by who?
Actually, this all started to happen because of what I did. I went and cheated, stabbing my husband in the back, and that's what led to this.
What?
I understand that what I did was very wrong, but I didn't know what to do about it, and I still don't know. And now I've gotten myself all caught up in something far worse than the problems I originally had, and it's scary for me, so much that I can't move. I need a professional like you to help me.
Chloe, could you please calm down for me first? Please take 3 deep breaths for me, please, and let your heart slow down.
Okay. I'm beginning to calm down a little.
Are you able to speak to me more calmly now?
I should be able to. I want to talk about everything so that I can feel a little bit better.
Alright then. Now this could all be wrong on my part, but did you make me the target of some kind of scam?
What? How do you know?
Well, just a little bit ago I got some text from a man claiming he was part of the police.
Already?
No, I knew something was up with the whole situation, so I played it out like I was going to believe him, then ended the conversation for a bit.
I'm sorry. I didn't think he would already be starting to cause you problems.
So you knew this was going to happen?
Yes. Actually, originally the real target was going to be my husband, your little brother.
My little brother?
He started to tell me about how crazy it was that someone like my husband could get money from the both of us just because we had an affair. But I just couldn't bear the thought of getting my husband caught up in a scam like that. And I knew that me cheating would be heard about by everyone eventually, so I went and changed my husband's contact info with yours in my phone and told him. His name's Chase, by the way, and he was the man I'd been sleeping with. But I'm sure he didn't say anything more to you besides that he was the police.
I see. So that's what led to all of this. Can you tell me, have you ever participated in any other scams with that Chase guy before? Or is this your first time?
This is my first time, because he forced me to help him commit it. He threatened me to.
Have you talked with my little brother about what's all happened yet?
I was planning to talk with him about it tonight when he got back home from work.
Tonight?
He had actually been gone for some time on a business trip, so, well, I'm sure he's not going to want to hear about all of this when he gets home. But I have to tell him the whole truth. This is what I get for being unfaithful.
Understood. I believe that you'll do just that, then. There are still some things I'd really like to learn about this situation from you, but I'm not the one in charge here.
That's right. I'm sorry about this.
No, you don't have to worry about it. I happen to work with someone who can handle this sort of thing for you, so I'll go and have a chat with him right now. There is going to be a lot of work that needs to be done here, and so this is going to take some time. Please just sit tight and wait for one of us to get back to you.
Okay, I'll be ready for whatever has to happen.
Rawson, may we continue our conversation now? If you do not hurry up and get that money transferred over to the victim soon, we're going to have to come and arrest you. Do you understand, Rawson? By not replying to me right now, you're making things really difficult for your future self. The law will not go easy on you for not abiding. Anyway, like I said to you earlier, we have eyes on you, so there's no way for you to get away. Please just come forward, pay off this settlement.
Bryson, I talked with my husband about everything. About me cheating on him and about what Chase is doing.
I know. I just got off the phone with my brother a second ago. And from what I hear, you guys are planning on handing in your divorce papers later, right?
That's right. Actually, we already handed them in today. And the plan is for me to pay him a settlement later on as well. But he did say he'd be kind and wait for this whole scam thing to be dealt with first before asking for that settlement.
Is that right?
I really messed up big time here. How could I have stabbed someone as kind as your little brother in the back like that?
Well, from what he told me, he understands that him being away from work made you feel lonely and tempted you to seek another man.
But cheating is never okay.
No, it is not.
And due to my unfaithfulness, I got a criminal involved who's now asking you to pay up. I can't do this anymore. I regret everything so much.
Chloe, you'll never be able to erase the problems you've caused. But you can still find a way to make your future better than your past, effectively causing most people to forget about it. That all depends on what you do.
Okay. Then that means I need to toughen up and become a better woman. And that's what I'll do.
Right, Bryson. Things are not going to look good for you pretty soon here. If you don't come forward and pay that settlement, you're going to get a criminal record. Do you understand what I'm saying here? From what I've learned, you once worked for a very large firm as an office worker, right? I'm sure being the man that you are now, you should have more than enough money to pay this little settlement off. It's only $50,000, right? And if for some reason you're not able to pay this off, then your only option is borrowing the money to pay up. Bryson, we can no longer wait for you. If you do not have that money transferred over to us by the end of the day, we are going to have to come and arrest you. You will be given a criminal record. Do you understand? It's only $50,000, and yet you're willing to refrain from paying that and having your whole life ruined because of it. How about you say something to me? Hello, Mr. Police Officer. Oh, I'm sorry, I should have said Chase, right? So you're finally replying to me now, huh? Well, it was getting pretty dangerous right there, Bryson. Had I not told my men to stop their advance towards your place just then, you would have been raided, placed under arrest. You should be thankful for that. Now, I'm going to send you the bank account in which you can transfer that $50,000 into.
Oh, Chase, before you do that...
What do you want?
Well, I'm just a bit concerned with how you've handled your scam here, because, well, from what I can tell, it's so flawed that you have to be an amateur.
Huh?
Well, I guess you've lasted quite a while now, trying to get that money from me, even though this has to be your first time ever trying to scam someone.
Well, what are you talking about, Bryson? If you keep it up with that nonsense, I'm going to have you placed under arrest.
Chase, I happen to be a detective for the state police. So do you really want to try that with me?
What? A detective?
Although I don't normally deal with things like fraud and scams, but I am still part of the state police. That means I have the jurisdiction to work with any department in this state.
What? Hold on a second. You're a detective?
Are you kidding me? I'm not kidding. Although you would never be able to tell because we're just texting one another.
Wait. There's no way you're part of the police. You're Chloe's husband, right? You're supposed to be just an average office worker.
Her husband is now. But before he married Chloe, he was working for the police as well. However, once he got married, he decided to settle down and went to work an office job.
Wait, what? So you're not Chloe's husband?
That's right. I'm not.
What the hell is going on here now?
Chloe didn't want her husband to be caught up in all this scam you have going on here, and so she gave you the number of a state police detective. My number. And hoped that I would be able to deal with you for her. As she told me soon after you had first contacted me about how she needed my help.
She started talking to you?
She made a very smart play in changing her husband's contact information with mine, making you think that I was her husband. That's why we're here now.
Did you say? That bitch. I can't let her get away with this.
How about you start getting a grip on the reality of your situation first, before you start to talk about her?
What?
I think it's time you started worrying about yourself now, Chase.
What the hell?
You've come this far with your scam, so don't think you'll be able to get away from me that easily.
What the hell will you be about to do to me?
I made sure to tell my troopers to get after you before you caught on to your current situation.
What? But hold on a sec.
This is the end for you, Chase. Your new life of crime was very short-lived.
God damn it!
Right after I told him what was going to happen, he made a run for it out of his apartment front door. But we were one step ahead of him, and both the state police and city police had his place surrounded. He was able to make it past two of the officers and got on his bike to make a getaway. However, the officers also brought a K9 unit with them, and that dog made a mess of Chase. He tried to wrestle the dog off of him, but this only made the dog bite harder and deeper, which really got him screaming. But because he was still moving around and making it hard for the police officers to get to him, the K9 handler called his dog away, and they tasered Chase. After the taser had been deployed, he was pretty much out of juice. But this didn't stop the dog from slipping loose and getting a few more bites in on him, completely ending Chase's reign of terror. After the dog was taken off of him and cuffs were placed on, he looked like a bloody mess and had to be taken to the hospital in order to have all the dog bites stitched up. There, he would spend a day getting all 319 stitches that he would need, and after the work was done, he was taken to the local police station. And after a very brief questioning and a quick trial at the courthouse, he was taken away by the police with plenty of charges. As of right now, though, Chase is locked away in a state penitentiary, where he will be serving 3 years. Oh, did I forget to say that it wasn't him trying to scam me that landed him there? Because the main reason was due to him pushing one of the officers over in his getaway, which was seen as assault on an officer. Had he not done that, he would have been a lot better off and might have even gotten off on parole instead. As for my little brother's ex-wife, Chloe, She was able to prove that she was forced to give my information away to Chase and therefore was not arrested for her actions. However, she still had to deal with the settlement to her ex-husband, and once she had paid that off, she returned back to her parents' house. Now, she stopped by my office on her way home and thanked me for getting rid of Chase, and said that while she was with her parents, she had worked really hard on turning her behavior around for good.